Hello and welcome, fellow scruffy nerf herders. It is Wednesday, 8:30 in the morning, 53 degrees and partially sunny here at Site B, and it's May the 4th, the official Star Wars Day, the time to put your geek on and be proud of Star Wars. Yeah, it's Star Wars Day. I mean, Star Wars, what can I say about Star Wars that hasn't been said, 100 times? It's Star Wars. So I'm not going to say anything because it would just not be doing it justice. Anyways, it's Wednesday, so it's time to take a look at all the crowdfunding projects that are coming to an end. But you still have a chance to support them. So if any of these projects sound like something you want to get behind before it reaches its final run, head on down to your friendly local game store and ask them to look into it for you. That's the best way to support a crowdfunding project and the best way to support your friendly local game store. Yeah, so Star Wars. And as always, I am very judgmental of these because I don't want you wasting your money. So I will give my opinions of the projects, whether I think it's worth it or not. But let me just add to that my opinion doesn't matter. Think for yourself. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. If these sound like projects you want to support, fuck what I think. Support them. Anyways, here we go. From Troll Lord Gaines, we have for D&D 5th edition an adventure called The Undying Roll. It's $19 is the most popular pledge, and it's a 1st to 13th level 5e adventure, 300 pages, maps, quests, undead, I'm going to guess because of the name, perfect for Castle Friend Crusades or D&D 5th edition. So if you want an epic war against the undead type campaign for your 5e game, you could not go wrong with this, 300 pages. And let's face it, most of the third-party stuff that's being made for 5e is 100 times better than anything Wizards of the Coast has made for 5e. And that goes including my favorite adventure, Tomb of Annihilation. As much as I love it, there are better takes on that version of a story. So, yeah. From Wisdom Vault, we have Seas of Kansas. This is an original system core rulebook. $30 is the most popular pledge. It's basically Waterworld. The world has been swept with floods. You build a dry settlement amid a hostile world. This uses the Time Shredder's World set. I'm not familiar with one, but apparently it's card-based. So if you want to run a Waterworld role-playing game and don't want to get Blue Planet because you want to set a Waterworld role-playing game on Earth and play people trying to survive in a world that has been flooded, I love the idea. I mean, I'm probably one of the 5 people in the world who actually liked the idea of Waterworld, even though it was a horrible movie. But I like the idea of the flooded post-apocalypse as opposed to the typical post-apocalypse, because it's just such a completely different idea. Most of the post-apocalypse before that was just desert, wasteland, ruined cities, Mad Max. But this one went like the other way, and it's like, well, what if all the polar ice caps melted and the water level actually raised instead of lowered? What would the world look like? And how much of the world would actually be covered with water? Waterworld might have been a little over the top. I don't know if that much of the world would have been actually flooded, but yeah, I always liked the idea because it was just different. So anyways, I don't know if we need a role-playing game about it. It could just be a supplement for an existing system, especially, whatever. It's a cool idea. From the Tabletop Engineer, we have Airlock, random rolled resources for wardens and players. This is for Mothership. Some Mothership love. God, it's amazing how much love that game gets. This is a zine for Mothership. $25 is the most popular pledge. And it's adventures, articles, random tables, pictures, stuff like that for Mothership. So, yeah. If you're a fan of Mothership and want to see some of the independent stuff that's being made for, Mothership, yeah, let's go. This would be a good one to support if that's something that you're interested in. If we go down the list from 2021, there was a huge amount of games that were either hacks for Mothership or hacks for Blades in the Dark, which just go to show that how amazing these systems are. Of course, Blades in the Dark was basically just a hack powered by the Apocalypse, and Mothership is technically OSR, sort of, not really, but whatever. But yeah, a lot of love for Mothership, and as you know, I think Spelljammer and Mothership would be a great example of a campaign, because nothing says Dungeons and Dragons like elves in space facing the body horror of aliens. Yeah. Columbia Games is releasing some new stuff for Harn. We have a Kingdoms of Harn source book for $50 is the most popular pledge. The Kickstarter starts with a safety tools warning, but it's the old kind of safety tools warning, not the new kind. It's just the kind that says this is a fantasy book about fantasy stuff that features realistic depiction of stuff that might have happened in a fantasy Middle Ages. So, yeah, these things happen, but it's a game. That's the kind of safety tools I like to see. Just, one paragraph just saying, bam, this game contains imagery and stuff like that. And these things actually happen in the world. But yeah, it doesn't mean it's real because this is a game. Anyways, yeah, it's always nice to see stuff for Harm. Harm, one of the unsung heroes of the role-playing world. So if you are a fan of Harn and want to pick up some new Harn stuff, $50 is the most popular pledge for this Kickstarter. From Battleground Games, we have TileForge, software to batch generate mapping tiles. This is an RPG software program, $25. Allows you to have a program that can build dungeon maps for both PCs and Macintosh. The maps can radiate in various types, like multiple levels, showing elevation, whatever. Looks like it uses the Dungeon Geomorph blue and white design, which is a nice throwback, but literally there are like 10,000 free programs on the internet that do the exact same thing and don't cost you $25. You could just literally go random D&D map and it'll take you to one of 100. Dungeon is usually one of the first, but there's so many. And then there's Incarnate, which is free, and Owlbear, which is free. So yeah, why spend $25 on something I can get for free? Sorry. Yeah, I like the look. I like the fact that you're using the Dungeon Geomorphs design from the old days, but why would I pay $25 for something I can get for free? From Inkwell Ideas, we have some Dungeon Morphs RPG design dice. So $75 for a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. The dice have randomly pictures of like dungeon looking stuff on them, and you get them all together and roll them, and whatever pops up is your dungeon, or at least the next 6 parts of your dungeon. And you just hope you can, be lucky enough that the map actually makes sense and what you roll in the dice actually line up. And I'm looking at the example picture that they posted, and I'm like, yeah, okay, so far so good. Yeah, that connects to that. Oh, wait, this one doesn't connect to anything. How does that make sense? Yeah, whatever. Great, cute. I mean, if you're just randomly generating a dungeon, how is this different than randomly generating on tables? You just have pictures, rolls out, you put them together. This is the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rooms of the dungeon. And then I'm going to fill it with random shit based upon, I don't know, slightly inspired by the pictures and whatever I roll on tables. And it's a lot smaller than carrying around 100 pieces of paper. So, yeah, I like this. But $75, that's a little much for dice set. I know this. You can get these same dice for way cheaper. From Tab Creations, we have Disjunction of the Shadows over Soul role-playing game. This is a dystopian future setting, cyberpunk thing. I don't know if it's a module. It's $5. The name alone is like just worth it for the audacity. Disjunctions of the Shadows over Saul RPG. Yeah, I mean, you gotta tip of the hat for just going for the most ridiculous over the name I've heard today, except for, of course, for that Shadowrun game that we mentioned in the other vlog. So this is an adventure module, but it doesn't say for what system. So I guess it's generic. Any Shadowrun cyberpunk type setting that you need an adventure for. $5. You can't go wrong with $5 for a Kickstarter. And just, yeah, I mean, you either got to say the name is really, really ostentatious and egotistical, or really it's awesome that you're trying to just go that much over the top. So if you're a cyberpunk fan, I'd say get this just for the name alone. From Ian Publishing, we have the Book of Pets. We talked about this a little bit earlier. It's called Can We Keep It? $7 is the most popular pledge. It's a book about rules for D&D characters and 5e characters having pets and the ways to train them, what does and does not make a good D&D pet, and then, of course, rules for the DM to do horrible things to the pets after the player characters got them and stuff. It's like, all your gear was on the donkey? Oh, no, the donkey just fell down a well. Yeah. All right, so let's go from the top. Undying War, 5e adventure, undead. Sure, that's a good one. Seas of Kansas, great idea, but it doesn't need to be a $30 game. It could have been a $20 supplement for an existing system. The Mothership Zine, $25 for a magazine is a little pricey. Maybe, I don't know. Is it? I don't know what magazines cost anymore. I haven't bought a Time magazine or People or National Geographic in years. Is $25 too much? Or is that what, like, if you go to the market and you buy a copy of People, does it cost $25 now? I mean, maybe $25 is not a lot of money for a magazine. I don't know. I should probably actually go, like, look at the magazine prices next time I'm in the market. Kingdoms of Hardcore. Harn is one of the great unsung heroes of role-playing. So, yeah, great maps, great world setting. Just never got the run it should have. So I would say support that, but $50 is a little pricey. The Forge software batch generating, the mapping thing, no, you can get that for free online. You don't need to spend $25 for something you can get them free. The $75 dice set, I like the idea, but those dice already exist and have existed for a long time and way cheaper than $75. So just, yeah, no. Disjunction for the Shadows over Soul RPG. $5 is a great price for an adventure for generic-y, cyberpunky stuff, but the name, I don't know if I love it or hate it. And the Pets rules. $7 for a book about how to, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you can't have the imagination to come up with your own rules for pets, $7 is a way to do it, I guess. That's about it. Nothing else really stands out news-wise. There was one thing I saw today that just blew my mind, but that might be the topic for a different vlog, editorial type shit. This is just news. I apologize for all the punctuations and pausing and word garbling. Apparently my brain hasn't woken up yet, or I'm just having a bad dyslexia, autism, anxiety day. Either way, make up your own mind. Don't listen to me. If any of these projects sound like something you want to support, it's not too late. Their Kickstarters don't end till Friday, Saturday. So head on down to your friendly local game store on Saturday, free comic book day, and ask them to look into these projects for you. It's the last chance to support these. It's a great way to support smaller publishers and help them get their stuff out on the market. And a lot of these tend to be as good or better than the official product from the official companies. So, yeah. And usually when you kickstart stuff, you also get a bunch of free swag like stickers and crap. So, win-win. Till next time, I have been your guide to all things Star Wars. Now, get off of my Death Star, you damn kids, and your damn Wookiee, and your damn Force, and your Darth Vader.